Okay, so we're going to do our exercise again tonight. Good girl. I'm going to look away and ignore. She sat down. She is looking at me. I'm going to try again. Good girl. Good girl. Notice, when she backed away and said, no, I don't really think I want to do that, that's okay. I'm not going to verbally ask her. I'm not going to be waving my hands like crazy. I'm going to let her decide that she wants to communicate with me and that she wants to cooperate with this just because she wants to. You receive the treats / food. When you do cooperate, all you get from lack of cooperation is me ignoring you. Good sit. Good girl. Good. That's okay. Let's see if I can line her up a little bit better. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Excuse me. She's trying to stay up there. She's like, oh, my feet are a little bit wet. My feet, she has Grinch toes. The hair goes in between her toes. And she's like, oh, my feet are sliding a little bit. She's trying though. That's fine. Good girl. Oh, good girl. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Oh. Good girl. I'm going to lure her behind my foot. Good girl. And then I'm going to lure her up. Good girl. Come on. Good girl, Chalula. Good girl, Chalula. Now I'm going to lure to the left side. What we do on one side, we must always do on the other. Good girl. Good girl. Ooh, it's muggy out here. See how she's going to start trying things to say, hey, is this what you want? Is this what you want? Is this what you want? I like when a dog is willing to go ahead and try. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. A stand, sit, stand combination there on the platform. Very nice. This is like the equivalent of a doggy balance beam, if you will. Good girl. Very nice, Chalula. I'm going to ask her to come off. Good girl. And as those front feet are leaving the platform, I'm going to say the word off. Off is a very helpful cue when you're teaching your dog to get on or off of furniture, in and out of the car. Like if you need to re-blanket the bed and she's laying up there, you can tell her, Chalula, off. And she knows that there's nothing that she's done wrong. She can still go up there again later, but right now I just need you off. It's also, come on. It will also help her learn that unless I ask you to bring your feet up, you keep your feet on the ground, please. And she does do very well meeting new people. She has yet to jump up on somebody that I've noticed. My friend was over here the other day, and Piper keeps my horse at her house, and she is very much a dog person as well, so she knows to not, good girl, to not reward any kind of craziness that she may have done, but Chalula was very calm. Good girl. And something else that this right here is really, really, really going to help with, being at the groomer, right? The only other person other than your groomer that may be impressed by your sit, stand, sit combos or your stand, sit, stand combos is your veterinarian. Having a dog that is able to stand, good girl, on cue is very, very helpful. So now I'm going to change my position. After she sets off, I'm not going to rush her. Hi there. We're just going to be up here together. That's fine. How you doing? And notice, I'm going to put this bowl of food right here. Come on. She's like, oh, you're sitting down? Are we still doing the same thing? Yeah, we're still doing the same thing. Good girl! Good girl! This is going to be how we teach her to make good choices just because she can, right? She could have tried to dive towards that bowl of food, and like right there, my leg is just going to very, very gently interject. Good girl, Chalula! Good girl, Chalula! Good girl! This is not an easy exercise for most dogs. It really is not. They're like, oh my god, my food's on the ground. Yeah, your food's on the ground, and I'll give it to you. Bowl doesn't give it to you, I give it to you. Good girl! Good girl! Good girl! And during our second week, or rather her second week here, that's when we're really going to start nailing down those vocabulary terms, right? So right now, during this first week, us getting to know each other, her settling into this house, we're just working on, I want to see the actions. I want to see you do the action, right? And I'm not going to ask her to lay down out here because it's really disgusting right now. It rained earlier. And say, it's just going to get you gross. It's just going to get you gross, so that's okay. I'm just going to wait until she's paying attention. And how do I know when she's paying attention? She's going to look at me. There it is. Good girl. And I'm going to reward her for looking at me and paying attention, right? Not quite what I wanted. So I'm going to lure her back over here. Do you see how it is more difficult for her to focus on just following the lure? There it is, good girl. I'm sitting down, right? So she's like, you're not moving, so do I have to move? Please. Good girl! Good girl! Good girl, Chalula! And there's only like one little teeny tiny bite left in here, so I'm going to give her something super easy and that she clearly enjoys doing at this point, which is coming up here. Oh, which is coming up here on this block. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, and in addition to teaching spatial awareness, balance, teaching her how to stretch, this platform is one of my favorite things to teach dogs how to act for vet visits and for grooming appointments. And for a dog that's going to get groomed as much as this one is in her lifetime, that is an essential skill. Isn't it? Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. That's nice. Very stinky.